Welcome, this is ASO TV News. I am Tina Oje Achu. The headlines. President Tinubu seeks stronger global commitment through UN Charter principles. Kwali chairman describes newly commissioned Gomani Dafa Yangoji Road as economic game changer. FCT administration begins 10-day promotion exercise for 13,000 civil servants. Benue government dismantles illegal checkpoints, arrests civil protection guards. And the National Bureau of Statistics report fresh rise in costs of healthy diet. And now the news in detail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has called on member states of the United States to incorporate the preamble to the UN Charter into their national constitution, saying the move would strengthen global peace, justice, human dignity, and international cooperation. The president's position was conveyed by Nigeria's permanent representative to the United States, Dr. Jimo Ibrahim, during an informal meeting of the UN General Assembly at the organization's headquarters in New York. Now, the president's position was, according to a statement issued by Ibrahim's media office, the meeting was held ahead of President Tinubu's participation in the 81st session of the United States General Assembly scheduled for September. President Tinubu said adopting the principles contained in the UN Charter's preamble into national constitutions will reinforce shared global values and deepen the commitments of member states to peace, justice, equality, and cooperation among nations. Ambassador Ibrahim, who also chairs the Budget and Appropriation Committee, Fifth Committee of the UN General Assembly, said the president believes that adopting the UN Charter preamble in national constitutions would strengthen the shared values on which the United Nations was founded. Now, the chairman of the Kwali Area Council, Nuhu Daniel, has described the newly commissioned completion of the Gomani Dafa Yangoji Road as a major breakthrough that would transform the economic and agricultural fortunes of the council and the wider Federal Capital Territory. Daniel said the improved road network would eliminate the long-standing transportation challenges faced by farmers, enabling them to move their produce more easily while stimulating commercial activities across the area. He recalled that before the intervention, communities suffered greatly due to a damaged bridge around the Tuga Sarakin, which was regularly submerged during the rainy season, cutting off entire settlement. According to him, the seasonal flooding prevented residents from accessing their farms and businesses, while also denying many students the opportunity to attend schools in neighboring communities. The council chairman said the completion of the road and bridge project demonstrated the federal government's commitment to delivering President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda through practical infrastructure development. He expressed confidence that the improved accessibility would attract more investment, create employment opportunities, and encourage more businesses to establish operations within the council. The chairman of Gwagwalada Area Council, Comrade Kasimo Muhammad Ikwa, has officially flagged off the Federal Capital Territory birth certificate printing and issuance campaign in the council. Speaking during the flag-off ceremony at the Gwagwalada Township Clinic, Comrade Ikwa described birth registration as a vital tool for national planning and development. He noted that accurate birth records enable government at all levels to formulate effective policies, allocate resources efficiently, and provide essential services to citizens. The chairman reaffirmed his administration's commitment to supporting the initiative and called on parents and guardians to take advantage of the exercise by registering their children. He stressed that the success of the campaign would require the collective efforts of government agencies, healthcare workers, community leaders, and residents. Comrade Ikwa thereafter officially declared the FCT birth certificate printing and issuance campaign open in Gwagwalada Area Council. The chairman of the Federal Capital Territory Civil Service Commission, Engineer Emeka Eze, says the commission is working towards establishing a permanent computer-based test center to make future promotion examinations more efficient and seamless. He spoke while monitoring the 2025 promotion exercise in Abuja. The promotion examination approved by the FCT Minister Barrister Ezenwoye Sonwike is expected to run until July 10, with about 30,000 workers from the Federal Capital Territory Administration taking part. Eze said the exercise has recorded significant improvements compared to previous years. According to him, technical glitches and power outages experienced during earlier examinations have been addressed through the deployment of alternative power sources. He, however, noted that most of the challenges recorded on the first day were linked to candidates who failed to present the required original documents despite prior notifications. Eze said the examination is being closely monitored by commissioners representing the 6 geopolitical zones to ensure transparency and credibility. He added that the commission is determined to clear outstanding promotion backlogs with plans to complete the 2024, 2025 and 2026 promotion exercises within the year. Officials of the National Open University of Nigeria, which is coordinating the examination, said the exercise has so far progressed smoothly. Labour representatives also commended the adoption of CBT as a transparent system, while calling for improvement in the availability of functional computers and technical support. Some candidates described the examination as orderly and largely free of technical difficulties. The chairman of Gwagwalada Area Council, Comrade Kasimu Muhammad Ikwa, has met with the leadership of the local education authority, Gwagwalada, reaffirming his administration's commitment to improving the standards of education and literacy across the area council. During the meeting, Ikwa assured the LEA leadership that his administration would not deny any employee of the Gwagwalada Area Council their legitimate entitlement, stressing that workers' welfare would remain a top priority. He also directed the LEA authorities to ensure discipline among staff and head teachers, warning against the victimization or maltreatment of any employee on the basis of political affiliation. The chairman further raised concerns over the issue of ghost workers within the education system, emphasizing the need for transparency, accountability, and proper personnel management. Speaking during the engagement, the Education Secretary, Mr. Manman Musa, commended the chairman for approving the salary augmentation for LEA staff without any formal request from the authority, describing the gesture as unprecedented and a clear demonstration of proactive leadership. Musa also presented recently approved but yet to be implemented promotion letters to the chairman for onward approval. The documents included outstanding promotion areas for 2024 and 2025, as well as proposals for the settlement of other pending areas. The federal government has inaugurated the Tertiary Institutions National Laureate Committee with the aim to reposition scholarship, innovation, and research as national priorities. The committee was inaugurated in Abuja by the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, at the Digital Resource Center of the Universal Basic Education Commission. Speaking at the inauguration, Dr. Alausa said the program represented a deliberate effort by the federal government to reshape the country's reward system. He said the committee will set in motion a new annual award program that will reward outstanding undergraduate, master's, and doctoral research, with prizes valued at approximately 365 million naira. Dr. Tunja Alausa noted that it will oversee the implementation of the National Laureates Program, a flagship initiative designed to elevate academic excellence to the highest level of national recognition while promoting research, commercialization, and innovation across Nigeria's accredited post-secondary and tertiary institutions. According to him, it will place scholarly achievement, scientific discovery, and innovation alongside other nationally celebrated accomplishments. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris, has called on the members of the Chartered Institute of Professional Printing Organization of Nigeria to live in unity for the development of the organization. Alhaji Mohammed Idris made a call during a meeting with the members of the organization in Abuja. He advised them that the organization is just about 19 years old and cannot afford to get into court cases, thereby slowing down progress of the organization. The president of SIPON, Mr. Clement Nwachukwu, thanked the minister for attending the meeting. The registrar of the institute, Mr. Muhammad Ndagi, said the advice from the minister would strengthen the organization. The meeting was attended by big people who are into printing. You're watching ASO Television News. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, also on StarTimes TV channel 127 and Free TV channel 507. We're also on the UHF band on channel 38. Still to come, Benue government dismantles illegal checkpoints, arrest civil protection guards. Stay with us for details of these and more stories shortly.
From June 11th till July 19th, everything fit wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026 go happen. Touchlight all 104 matches on top 4 correct channels. Sharply grab your GoTV decoder, GoTenna plus 1 month jolly for only 15,000 naira. Live on Super Sport, only on GoTV.
Many thanks for joining us again. The Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, has urged police officers to prepare early for retirement while reaffirming his commitment to improving welfare for serving and retired personnel. Speaking virtually on Tuesday, IGP Disu said retirement planning should be a priority throughout an officer's career. He advised officers to acquire additional skills, pursue further education, and make prudent financial decisions to ensure a smooth transition from active service. According to the police boss, policing involves significant sacrifices, including long periods away from family and exposure to dangerous situations. He stressed that requirements should not mark the end of an officer's contribution to society, noting that retired personnel can continue to serve as mentors, community leaders, and role models. Disu also reiterated his administration commitment to improving healthcare, psychological support, professional development, and retirement preparedness within the Nigeria Police Force. The Benue State government has dismantled several illegal checkpoints along the Makurdi-Otukpo Road and arrested members of the Benue State Civil Protection Guards found operating the unauthorized roadblocks. The operation was led by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Security and Internal Affairs alongside the State Commander and senior officers of the BSCPG. It followed complaints over the growing number of illegal checkpoints mounted by security volunteers, which authorities say hinder the free movement of motorists. During the exercise, 2 illegal checkpoints in Alaide were removed, while BSCPG personnel manning them were disarmed and taken into custody for administrative action. The team also visited a checkpoint near a Chinese construction company in Howe, where soldiers said they were providing security for the firm's expatriate staff. The Special Advisor directed that the military roadblocks be removed, instructing the troops to focus on securing the company's premises instead of occupying the highway. He noted that unauthorized checkpoints could disrupt traffic and expose road users to security risk, especially when abandoned. The Benue State government reiterated that members of the Civil Protection Guards are mandated to patrol communities, provide early warning on security threats, and support authorized security agencies not operate checkpoints independently. Residents were urged to report any unauthorized roadblocks as the government reaffirmed its commitment to lawful security operations and the protection of lives and property. The Nigerian Army says troops of the Joint Task Force Northwest under Operation Fasa Yama have carried out intelligence-led air operations targeting suspected terrorists and armed bandits in parts of Niger and Kaduna State. The Army disclosed this in a statement issued on Tuesday, saying the air components conducted the operations on June 29 following intelligence reports on the movement and gathering of suspected criminal elements within the joint operations area. According to the statement, one of the operations was carried out in the Dogon-Dawa axis of Shiroro local government area of Niger State, where credible intelligence corroborated by human sources indicated that more than 200 suspected terrorists on motorcycles had converged in the area. The Army said area surveillance confirmed the movement of the suspect in groups before identifying a large concentration of motorcycles at what was believed to be a refueling point. The air component subsequently carried out a precision airstrikes on the location. According to the military, battle damage assessment indicated that several suspected terrorists were neutralized, while others fled with injuries towards the Gorogin-Maidawa axis. It added that the operation significantly disrupted the activities of the suspected terrorists, degraded their operational capability, and prevented them from regrouping for further attacks. In a separate armed reconnaissance mission in Benin Quarry local government area of Kaduna State, the Army said intelligence revealed that armed bandits were mobilizing to launch reprisal attacks against troops following recent clearance operations in the Wumba general area. According to the statement, air crews intercepted 3 motorcycles conveying suspected bandits heading towards the Kamuku forest after the riders attempted to evade detection on sighting the aircraft. The Army said the operation successfully disrupted the movement of the suspected bandits as follow-up reconnaissance missions conducted in coordination with group ground troops found no further suspicious activities in the area. The federal government has said it would seek from its South African counterparts compensation for Nigerians forced to abandon businesses and other valuable properties as they returned home following renewed anti-immigrant tensions in the country. These came as 269 more Nigerians arrived Lagos in the third government's evacuation flight, thus bringing the total number so far evacuated to 603. This comprises the 268 airlifted by Air Peace on June 11 in the first batch, 66 evacuated on ValueJet on July 25 in the second batch, and the 268 brought home yesterday by Air Peace. Acting Nigerian High Commissioner to South Africa, Temitope Ajayi, speaking to journalists as the evacuees touched down in Lagos on Tuesday, said government had already begun compiling records of businesses and properties left behind by returnees. He added that information will form the basics of discussions with the South African authorities on possible compensation. According to him, delays in the processing of immigration documents by South Africa's Home Office have left many foreign nationals stranded despite having initially migrated legally. The approval followed the screening and clearance of more than 1,000 Nigerians by the Nigerian High Commission in Pretoria. Meanwhile, in a statement, the spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Kimiebi Emienfa, assured that the evacuation process would continue beyond June 30th, adding that the federal government would continue to engage Pretoria to ensure the protection of Nigerians in the country. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, has pledged the federal government support for Miss World Nigeria, Tamonosoye Karibi George, ahead of the Miss World 2026 pageant in Vietnam during a courtesy visit by the beauty queen and her delegation to his office in Abuja on Tuesday. The delegation's lead, Prince Iwefa, thanked the minister for the audience and sought the ministry's partnership in supporting Miss World Nigeria to promote the country's image on the global stage.
It's not about the Niger Delta region. It's not about the Ijaw people. It's about Nigeria, our nation. So on that note, we want to thank you for allowing us to come share this space. My job is simple. I would humbly present to you your daughter, our queen, Miss Soye Karibe George, Miss World Nigeria 2026.
Queen Tamunusoye Karibe George thanked the minister for the warm reception, congratulated him on his achievement in the aviation sector, and sought the ministry's support for her participation in the Miss World pageant in Vietnam.
Miss World is focused on beauty with a purpose, and I don't think I would be here today if I did not have that at the front, before the beauty, before the poise and all of those things that help me win the crown. Beyond Labels is an initiative that advocates for awareness, education, inclusivity, and we're challenging societal labels and stereotypes. And we're calling on everyone to look beyond the labels that society may have placed on individuals, especially special needs children. I believe that when given the opportunity, these children can thrive in their uniqueness. You know, we sometimes see disability first before ability. We see a label before we see the potential.
Responding, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, said beauty queens play a key role in promoting Nigeria's culture and tourism, reaffirming the ministry's commitment to supporting the country's representative on the global stage.
So I think that after Agbani Darego, we're also having another prospect again, a very good prospect, you know, on the world stage. And like I said, for us here in aviation, we want to do everything that is possible within our powers in aviation to promote you. Like I said, promote tourism. This is tourism for us, and then the image of the country. You know, aviation also represents the image of the country.
The minister also directed the ministry to seek support from foreign airlines and aviation stakeholders to promote Miss World Nigeria through return flight sponsorships, airport publicity, and potential partnership with Air Peace for future international engagement. The National Bureau of Statistics says national average cost of a healthy diet rose by 3.12% month on month to 1,589 per adult per day in April, from 1,541 naira per adult per day in March 2026. The NBS disclosed this on Tuesday in its Core HD reports for April 2026, noting that the increase was driven by rising prices across all food groups except starchy staples. It stated that the national average cost of a healthy diet was 1,589 naira in April 2026. This shows an increase of 3.12% when compared to the amount recorded in the previous month, March 2026, which was 1,541 naira. The Bureau noted that the core HD rose faster than both general inflation and food inflation during the period. On the cost of food share groups, the Bureau said animal source foods were the most expensive food group recommendations to meet in April, accounting for 40% of the total COHD, while providing 13% of the total calories. And on sports, France, Norway and Mexico have booked their places in the round of 16 of the 2026 FIFA World Cup following victories in their round of 32 fixtures. France defeated Sweden to advance and will now take on Paraguay, who stunned four-time champions Germany by winning 4-3 on penalties after a 1-1 draw. The round of 16 clash is scheduled for Saturday, July 4. Norway continued their impressive debut World Cup campaign with a victory over Ivory Coast and will face 5-time world champions Brazil. The Seleccio edged past Japan 2-1 in a closely contested round of 32 encounter to set up the meeting with Erling Haaland's side. Mexico also secured progression after overcoming Ecuador and will face either DR Congo or England in the round of 16. And that's the bulletin, but before we go, let's take a look at one of our major stories. Federal Capital Territory Administration has commenced a 2025 promotion exercise for more than 13,000 civil servants across the FCTA and the Federal Capital Development Authority. I am Tina Ojeachi. Thanks for watching.